You wake up in the morning, swing your legs out of bed, and feel that familiar weakness in your thighs. Getting up from a chair takes real effort. Carrying groceries feels harder than it used to. And you think, well, that's just aging, right? Wrong. What most people don't realize is that after 60, your muscles aren't just getting weaker because of time. There's a hidden deficiency happening inside your cells right now, robbing you of strength every single day. The frustrating part? The solution has been sitting in plain sight for decades, but the supplement industry would rather sell you expensive protein powders than tell you the truth. Here's what nobody talks about. Your muscles need more than just protein to grow. They need a specific vitamin that acts like a master switch for muscle protein synthesis. Without it, you could eat all the chicken and drink all the milk in the world, and your muscles would still waste away. Today, I'm going to show you exactly which vitamin this is, how it works, and the simple ways you can use it to rebuild strength you thought was gone forever. Before we dive in, drop a comment telling me your age and how your muscle strength feels. Are you noticing weakness, trouble with stairs? And if you want to stay strong and independent well into your 70s and 80s, hit that like button and subscribe right now. Let's talk about what's really happening inside your body after 60. Your muscles are made up of protein fibers, and every single day, your body breaks down old muscle tissue and builds new muscle tissue to replace it. This process is called muscle protein turnover, and when you're young, it happens efficiently. Break down a little, build back a little more, and you steadily get stronger. But after 60, something dramatic changes. The breakdown stays the same, but the building slows down significantly. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. Your muscles become resistant to the growth signals, even when you give them protein. It's like your cells stop listening to the commands telling them to grow. Studies show that adults over 60 need almost twice as much protein per meal to trigger the same muscle growth response as a 30-year-old. That's a massive difference. And here's the kicker. Even if you eat enough protein, your body still might not build muscle efficiently. Why? Because you're missing the catalyst that makes it all work. Think of it like trying to start a fire. Protein is the wood. You can pile up as much wood as you want, but without a spark, that wood just sits there doing nothing. The vitamin I'm about to reveal is that spark. It activates the molecular pathway that turns protein into actual muscle tissue. Research from Tufts University found that older adults with low levels of this vitamin lost muscle mass 3 times faster than those with adequate levels. 3 times faster. That's the difference between walking confidently at 75 and struggling to get out of a chair. But here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just about bone health or immunity, even though this vitamin affects those too. This is specifically about muscle, and the mechanism is so powerful that when researchers gave this vitamin to older adults with sarcopenia, which is age-related muscle loss, they saw measurable improvements in strength and physical performance within just 12 weeks. So what's really causing this problem? And why is almost everyone over 60 walking around deficient without even knowing it? The problem is threefold, and it's sabotaging your strength right now. First, as you age, your skin loses the ability to produce this vitamin efficiently. After 60, your skin produces about 75% less than it did in your 30s. That's a huge drop, and it happens to everyone regardless of how healthy you are. Second, your kidneys become less efficient at converting this vitamin into its active form. Even if you're getting some through diet or sunlight, your body isn't processing it the way it used to. This creates a double deficit, less coming in from the outside, and less getting activated on the inside. Third, and this is the part nobody talks about, modern indoor lifestyles mean you're barely exposed to the natural source that used to keep your levels high. Our grandparents worked outdoors, walked everywhere, and spent hours in natural light every single day. Today, most people over 60 spend 90% of their time indoors, and that's destroying their muscle health without them even realizing it. Here's what happens at the cellular level when you're deficient. Your muscle cells can't properly activate mTOR, which is the master regulator of muscle protein synthesis. Think of mTOR like the foreman on a construction site. Without it giving clear orders, The workers, your ribosomes, don't know what to build. Protein just passes through your system without being used effectively. Low levels also increase inflammation throughout your body. Chronic inflammation breaks down muscle tissue faster and makes it much harder to build new muscle. It's a vicious cycle. Deficiency leads to inflammation. Inflammation accelerates muscle loss, and muscle loss makes you weaker and less active, which further drops your vitamin levels even more. The conventional approach is to just accept muscle loss as normal aging. Doctors might tell you to eat more protein or do resistance training, and while those things definitely help, they're incomplete solutions if you're missing the foundational vitamin your muscles desperately need to respond. But what if you could flip the switch? What if you could reactivate your body's natural ability to build muscle, even after 60? I'm going to walk you through powerful strategies to optimize this vitamin, and I've saved the most impactful one for last. Don't skip ahead. The vitamin we're talking about is vitamin D. But not just any vitamin D. We're talking about optimizing your levels specifically for muscle protein synthesis. Let's start with direct sunlight exposure, the most natural and effective way to boost your levels. When UVB rays from the sun hit your skin, they trigger a chemical reaction that converts a cholesterol compound into vitamin D3, the most bioavailable form your body can use. For adults over 60, you need about 20 to 30 minutes of midday sun exposure on your arms, legs, and back, 3 to 4 times per week. Here's the fascinating science behind this. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that older adults who maintained consistent sun exposure had significantly higher muscle strength and dramatically lower rates of sarcopenia compared to those who stayed indoors most of the time. The researchers measured grip strength, leg power, and walking speed, and the sun-exposed group outperformed the indoor group in every single category. The benefit happens because vitamin D receptors are present throughout your muscle cells. When these receptors are activated by sufficient vitamin D levels, they enhance calcium uptake, which is absolutely crucial for muscle contraction and force generation. They also reduce oxidative stress inside muscle fibers, allowing them to recover faster and more completely from physical activity. Within 4 to 6 weeks of consistent sun exposure, most people notice easier movement in the morning when they first get out of bed. Your legs feel stronger and more stable when you stand up. Climbing stairs doesn't leave you winded or struggling. Carrying bags doesn't strain your arms the way it used to. These aren't dramatic overnight changes, but they're real measurable improvements that compound over time and make a massive difference in your quality of life. The practical application is simple and straightforward. Go outside during midday hours, ideally between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., when UVB rays are at their strongest. Expose as much skin as safely possible without getting sunburned. Your arms, legs, and back are ideal areas. If you live in a northern climate where sunlight is limited, or if it's winter and you can't get adequate exposure, you'll need to supplement, which brings us to our next powerful strategy. Now let's talk about vitamin D3 supplementation, which is absolutely essential for most adults over 60, especially during the fall and winter months when natural sunlight is limited. The standard recommendation you'll hear from most doctors is 400 to 800 international units per day, but recent research strongly suggests that's far too low for optimal muscle health and function. Studies from the University of Birmingham showed that older adults supplementing with 4,000 international units of vitamin D3 daily experienced significant improvements in muscle function compared to those taking the standard lower dose. Their quadriceps strength, which is crucial for standing, walking, and climbing stairs, increased by an impressive 18% over 6 months. Their balance and stability also improved measurably, reducing fall risk. Here's why these higher doses matter specifically for muscle. Vitamin D doesn't just prevent deficiency and keep your bones healthy. At optimal levels, it actually acts as a hormone that directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis at the genetic level. It activates the vitamin D receptor in muscle cells, which then triggers specific genetic pathways that increase the production of muscle fibers, particularly type 2 fast-twitch fibers. These are the exact fibers you need for power, strength, and quick movements like catching yourself from a fall. Most people report noticeable improvements within 8 to 12 weeks of consistent supplementation. You might notice better grip strength when opening jars or carrying grocery bags. Getting up from low chairs or the toilet becomes significantly easier and requires less effort. Your walking pace naturally picks up because your legs feel more responsive and powerful. Some people even notice reduced muscle soreness and faster recovery after physical activity or long walks. For practical use and maximum effectiveness, take 2,000 to 4,000 international units of vitamin D3 daily with a meal that contains healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or nuts, because vitamin D is fat-soluble and needs fat for proper absorption. Pair it with vitamin K2, about 100 micrograms, to ensure proper calcium metabolism, which supports both bone density and muscle health. Most importantly, get your blood levels tested after 3 months to confirm you're reaching the optimal range of 40 to 60 nanograms per milliliter, which is higher than the minimum threshold but ideal for muscle function and overall health. Next, dietary sources of vitamin D. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are the best natural sources. A 3-ounce serving of wild-caught salmon contains about 500 to 1,000 international units. Research from the Norwegian University found that older adults who consumed fatty fish 3 times weekly had significantly better muscle mass and strength. The combination of vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids creates a synergistic effect that reduces inflammation and enhances protein synthesis. You may experience reduced joint stiffness within 3 to 4 weeks. Your energy improves because your muscles function more efficiently. Aim for 3 servings of fatty fish per week. If you don't like fish, cod liver oil provides both vitamin D and omega-3s. Here's something most people overlook: magnesium. Magnesium is required to convert vitamin D into its active form, and it's essential for muscle contraction. Without adequate magnesium, even high doses of vitamin D won't work properly. Research in the Journal of the American Osteopathic Association found that magnesium deficiency prevents vitamin D from being metabolized. Magnesium activates enzymes in the liver and kidneys that convert inactive vitamin D into calcitriol, the active hormone form. Most people notice improvements in muscle cramps and nighttime leg spasms within 2 weeks. Your muscles feel less tense and more responsive. Consume magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. If supplementing, choose magnesium glycinate or citrate. Take 300 to 400 milligrams daily. Let's talk about resistance training, the accelerator pedal for everything we've discussed. Vitamin D creates the potential for muscle growth, but resistance training triggers the actual building process. A landmark study from the University of Massachusetts followed older adults who combined vitamin D supplementation with resistance training twice per week. After 6 months, they gained 5 pounds of muscle mass and increased leg strength by 30%. Resistance training activates mTOR and increases insulin sensitivity in muscle cells. Vitamin D ensures amino acids get turned into actual muscle protein instead of being wasted. It's like putting high-quality fuel in a well-tuned engine. Within 4 to 6 weeks, you'll notice measurable strength gains. Lifting groceries feels lighter. Your posture improves because your core muscles are stronger. Start with 2 sessions per week, focusing on major muscle groups. Even 10 to 15 minutes per session makes a difference. And finally, the most powerful option: optimizing meal timing and protein distribution with vitamin D. Most people eat protein unevenly throughout the day, but research shows that spreading protein evenly across 3 to 4 meals, with at least 25 to 30 grams per meal, maximizes muscle protein synthesis. A study from McMaster University found that when older adults consumed protein evenly throughout the day, while maintaining optimal vitamin D levels, they built significantly more muscle. Each time you eat protein, you spike muscle protein synthesis for 3 to 4 hours. Vitamin D enhances muscle cell sensitivity to amino acids. Within 6 to 8 weeks, you might notice improved muscle tone. Your metabolism increases because muscle tissue burns more calories at rest. Structure your day around 3 to 4 protein-rich meals. Breakfast might be eggs with Greek yogurt. Lunch could be chicken or fish. Afternoon snack might be cottage cheese. Dinner could be lean meat with legumes. Take your vitamin D supplement with your largest meal for optimal absorption. Combine this eating pattern with consistent supplementation at 4,000 international units daily. Add magnesium, include fatty fish 3 times weekly, and perform resistance training twice weekly. Let me share a real story. I received an email several months ago from James, a 67-year-old viewer, who shared an incredible transformation. He told me he'd been struggling with weakness in his legs for over 3 years. Getting up from his favorite recliner had become humiliating. He'd grip the armrests and push with all his strength, sometimes needing his wife to help him stand. James wrote that he felt like he was losing his independence, and it terrified him. He'd tried eating more protein, drinking milk, even bought expensive protein powders, but nothing worked. Then he came across information about vitamin D and muscle function and got his levels tested. His results shocked him: 12 nanograms per milliliter, severely deficient. After starting a protocol of 4,000 international units of vitamin D3 daily, along with magnesium and twice-weekly resistance training with light dumbbells, James noticed changes within the first month. Getting up from chairs felt noticeably easier. By week 8, he was standing up smoothly without using his arms for support. The most emotional part was about his grandson. James wrote that he'd started doing simple body weight squats, and one afternoon, his 4-year-old grandson asked to exercise with him. They did squats together in the living room, and James realized he could keep up with a preschooler without getting winded. He said that moment made him cry because he'd thought those days were behind him forever. 6 months in, James reported his muscle mass had increased. His energy was better than it had been in a decade, and he'd regained confidence. He'd gone from struggling with basic movements to feeling strong and capable again. Stories like James's remind us that it's never too late to rebuild what you thought was lost. Your muscles still have the capacity to grow and strengthen, even after 60, 70, or 80. They just need the right conditions. The human body is remarkably resilient. Muscle cells don't have an expiration date. They can be reactivated and strengthened at any age if you understand the science and apply it consistently. What's happening inside your body right now is either muscle breakdown or muscle building. Every day you're deficient in vitamin D, you're losing strength. But every day you optimize your levels, you're creating the conditions for growth. The choice is yours, and the solution is simpler than you imagined. Get your vitamin D levels tested. Start supplementing if needed. Get outside in the sun when possible. Eat protein at every meal. Lift weights twice a week. Support your system with magnesium and omega-3s. If you found this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe. Drop a comment below and tell me your age and how your muscle strength feels right now. I read every single comment because your experiences help me create content that truly serves you. Remember, aging doesn't have to mean weakness. With the right knowledge and consistent action, you can maintain strength, vitality, and independence for decades to come. Your muscles are waiting for the signal to grow. Give them what they need, and they'll surprise you with what they're still capable of.